Welcome everybody to episode number 24 of the Third Sun Gaming Podcast. I am your host, Tyler, joined by the entire crew this week. First of all, Mike. Mike, welcome back to the show after a couple off. Not your fault, but rather Skype and Hotel Internet's fault. How are you doing?
Oh, I was glad to be gone, dude.
We were glad to have you on, but I just wanted to say welcome back.
It was peaceful.
Yeah, right. Like you were there, dude. Anyways, I want to concentrate on our new guy here. Now, not only do I have two assholes I have to deal with, I got three.
Oh, great.
The new asshole. So I hear you're.
Hey.
Welcome, Eugene. So I hear your girlfriend's pregnant.
Yep.
How'd that happen?
Sure is. How'd that happen? Well, when two people love each other, have to get together.
And then the stork comes, right?
Yeah, then the stork comes.
Yeah.
It all starts with the love.
And that's the baby. Yeah.
All right. Are you sure it's yours?
I'm almost certain. Maybe 95% sure.
All right.
All right.
No.
Good enough for me.
All right. Graham also joining us after a couple episodes away. Graham, how are you doing?
Doing good up here in the Great White North, and it's looking more and more like the Great White North. I think we're finally hitting winter, which to me that sounds like stay inside and play some video games. And also there is a new release of a Metallica album, which always makes my life just that much better.
All right, so it is winter, so the Maple Leafs are officially eliminated from the playoffs, right?
Oh, wait,
Yes.
Come on. Listen, you guys ain't doing any different than the Leafs right now, so you can just hold off and then...
Are the Leafs in a playoff spot?
Listen,
Okay.
it's about points.
Because my team is doing a little differently.
Yeah,
So,
Ducks are
anyway.
first in the division, dude.
If you never had Dubnik in net, we would wonder what would happen.
Oh, yeah, and if the Leafs had Ken Dryden, they'd be really good, but they don't. So, all right,
Yeah.
and then also joining us, according to him, the baby's most likely his, Eugene. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Glad to be home on my own
Yeah.
recliner, on my own
Yes.
TV, playing video games.
I will second that, all of that. So, this week, actually, before we jump into news, one announcement: our website is back up and running. Everybody,
Yay!
you can go to www.thirdsungaming.com and check that out. While you're there, jump into the forums and take part in the discussion. And if you, if that's not your thing, you can hit us up on Twitter at Third Sun Gaming, all one word, THIRDSUN Gaming. You can send us an email, mail@thirdsungaming.com. And last announcement, one of our great listeners, Raz Hemi Power, has been just an awesome part of our community, picking up a lot of stuff for us, especially here while I was gone. He started up a group on the new Xbox Groups feature for our podcast, so feel free to jump into that as well. It's all one word, Third Sun Gaming. Go ahead and send an invite, and while you're at it, add all of us as friends on Xbox Live. So
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
you can find me at Wild Gopher MN, Graham at Music Dweller, Mike Evil Lawn Gnome, and Eugene is Rum Space Nom. So that. But
Hey, Raz, I joined your Forza 3 group today, too. There's a Third Sun Gaming one up on Forza.
yeah, he also went on his way to create a car club for us on Forza Horizon 3.
Uh-huh.
So just a huge thank you to him for going on his way to do all that, and just a great member of our community. So definite thank you to him.
Yeah, appreciate it, Raz, for sure.
All right, so let's jump into the news, everybody. First off, Xbox has celebrated its 15th anniversary this week, and kind of a cool milestone to hit. For a company that not many people expected to make it in gaming, and they've actually done quite well, and have all of us kind of playing it as a primary, except maybe Eugene, but
Nobody's perfect.
we're talking. He and I were talking the other day about that Nintendo book that just came out, which looks really cool, and I'd kind of like to see an Xbox One and a PlayStation One for that matter, come out and see some of the cool stuff that's come out over the course of the lifetime of those two systems as well.
Well, these other companies tend to follow the trend of Nintendo, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, no,
They
they have
shitty
consoles.
Listen, there's lots of evidence to prove it. Don't make me get into
If
this.
they followed the trend of Nintendo, nobody'd have any consoles because nobody would buy anything.
Everybody would have an over.
Who had motion controls first? Nintendo.
Who abandoned them all pretty quickly.
Who failed it? Who failed it at first?
Yeah, we're not about failing. We're talking about who first one to do it.
See, now you even got your other Nintendo friend attacking you.
First one to do the D-pad.
Oh
Like,
my
come on
God.
now. There's lots of
Okay.
evidence.
Yo, Canada, your voice is cracking.
Yeah. It's a little early in the show to start your defense. So, okay. It was just a book, dude. It's okay.
Don't make
All
me
right.
don't make me throw the book at
Oh
you.
my God. All right. So, next up, Xbox also won MPT sales in October. It makes it the fourth month in a row.
Not surprising
Uh,
at all.
Yeah, no, but who here will be awfully surprised if they win November? Because I will. Because you've
Yeah.
got the PS4 Pro launching,
Yeah,
already
I'm
launched.
definitely
Yeah.
curious to see those numbers.
Yeah, I think PS4 is going to take November fairly easily,
You think so?
and I do. I do.
I think so
I
too, and I think PSVR has will help that along for sure.
Although I will say this, Mike's going to talk about it in deals, but there is one hell of a bundle out there that might push Xbox and make it very competitive come Black Friday.
Oh.
Yeah, the one you're telling me about.
Yeah,
So,
I don't have the hardware ones up. I have the software ones, but I will mention that one.
I would grab some hardware ones while we're running through this, so you can touch on it, especially
That's
that
something you
one.
can grab.
I saw a
Especially
good
that
one coming up on Walmart. I don't know if it's the one
That's
that
the
you
one I'm
saw.
talking
That's the one. So we'll hit on that when we get there. Up next, Graham, just for you, Nintendo Switch to sell for £250 British for the premium model and 200 British pounds for the basic model. The difference is premium model is going to have a greater internal storage and come with a game, which I think is probably going to be Splatoon, from what we've heard. So, what are your thoughts?
I like it. I I was pretty much on the bandwagon for buying it, so this just tells me I won't be spending as much as I was thinking I was going to spend. As far as jumping in on Splatoon, like I have the Wii U and I never got it, so I basically the reason I'll be getting it is for Mario and Zelda and those kind of exclusives. But yeah, and as far as storage goes, I'm just wondering like what different storage options is going to come with. So I'll definitely probably get in a premium one because I do have a 3DS, so I do like use the portability option. So I'll definitely grab that.
So, if you had to guess right now, like Eugene, I'll throw this to you. If you had to guess right now, so what would you say the storage on the premium is going to be?
Oh, I doubt it'll be that high at all. I'm gonna guess probably 250 to 500.
Yeah.
I know Nintendo's pushing their digital content, but I mean, really, just looking at Nintendo's past, they're not gonna push that high of a hard drive, and they're gonna cut down on their costs too. So I bet you it's gonna be 250 gigs.
I agree. I think anybody dreaming. The reason I asked, anybody that's dreaming for a terabyte console is going to be really
They
disappointed.
don't need it. Nintendo doesn't need it. I mean, how
No.
many gigabytes are their games?
Right.
Realistically, I mean, like even top tier games right now are like 50, 60 gigs for things like Fallout, and
Yep.
even Skyrim's only like 25 gigs, I think, to take up
Yeah.
your storage.
Mhm.
So like they don't need it. They don't need it at all.
No,
No.
I don't see them going that big.
Yeah, just if you're out there looking forward to it, don't get it into your head that it should be that big like Xbox and PS4. It shouldn't. It's just not a comparable thing. So don't be disappointed when it's not as big. Um, so next up, Battlefield 1 update is now available, actually not live on Xbox One, PS4, and PC. It has not come without its issues. So, Mike, you want to touch on that at all?
I'm sorry, dude. You have me fishing for deals right now. Yeah. Okay. So basically, I haven't read the whole thing through, but there's blood in the water right now. Basically, PS4 and PC's graphics as of the update. I don't. A lot of people are screaming it was intentional. Who knows yet? The Dice's Twitter's going nuts. Basically, they're saying that the graphics were dumbed down on purpose because of frame rate issues and stuff like that. So, users are going nuts and making comparisons, and Dice is working on something, whatever it may be. But yeah, that update does not come without controversy for sure.
Okay. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? If it's up to me, like a competitive shooter, I'd rather have the frame rate. What do you guys think?
One of the issues is kind of like in the fog of war. When you're fighting in the fog or whatever, it's a lot harder to see somebody out in the distance
Sure.
now than it was before on those two consoles. Why the Xbox wasn't affected by this, I don't know. Maybe they just already had the graphics set to that level, and the other two were higher. So,
Mike,
This sounds really familiar to me. I think another game they had the same problem, but I can't think of what the game was. But you sang this, and I've heard this a while ago, and it was a game where the frame rate was worse on PS4 than Xbox One, but I don't remember what game that was. So it could be like the system, like the I guess I don't know about specs, but just the way it's like coded.
Yeah, and I think especially for people that just shell that money for the Pro, to get to have an update bring some of the graphics and visual aesthetics of the game down probably takes them off. I understand that,
For sure.
Yeah.
but
They've got to keep the frame rate though. They've got to keep the frame
yeah,
rate.
in a competitive shooter, you've got to have frame rate. It's super important. I mean, it's the most important aspect of the game. Now, if you drop in visual, graphics and etc. down to the level that like Hardline was, then I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because Hardline was a 720p game, and on an next gen system, and that was pretty sad. But
Yeah.
but even the lowest games here are usually about 900.
Right.
So I don't see it being that big of a deal, and I haven't seen any screenshots to make it seem like it's a big deal. But
I mean,
see.
it's noticeable, but it's not. Some people are yelling and screaming. It's a game killer.
Oh God.
So, but there's always that crowd. I really don't have an opinion on it because, like I said, I have neither thing. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Sure. All right. So next up, if you're a PS4 player, you can have your account suspended for sharing screenshots of the Watch Dogs 2 NPC's genitals.
I'll show you some genitals.
Eugene, you were actually talking about this the other day.
I
You wanna
I thought
expand
it was
this?
hilarious. I mean, so there's a Watch Dogs 2 player who posted I think he's sharing it. I don't know if he's streaming it or sharing it through his PS4, the PS4 app, sharing it where people
Yeah.
use the screenshot.
Yeah.
I think that's what he's doing. And
They said he was sharing it. Yeah.
yeah, he shared a photo, and is a photo of a woman with some crotchless panties, apparently. I don't know what kind of NPC she was. She was wearing like a dress. I don't know if she was a prostitute or something, but apparently, very very detailed, very graphic.
Yeah.
And shared this online, and PlayStation banned him. Suspended his account. I think really recently, maybe even as of today, Sony actually released an apology and lifted his account fully. But I do know that whenever Sony suspends their accounts, suspends any accounts, that it deletes all their stats, all of their trophies. So I don't know if this happened to him.
Oh,
I
that
would be
heartbreaking.
upset. Yeah, I do know, and that we're going to touch up on it a little bit later. But if you have a PSN ID that goes against their user, agreement, if they find that it doesn't meet if it's an inappropriate name, they will suspend your account and make you change your name. But that deletes everything off your account. So I'm sure this guy
That's
probably had everything deleted, all of his trophies, everything. Hopefully
rough.
that didn't happen, but Ubisoft did release that they are announcing a patch. They're releasing a patch for it, so it's going to fix that all the inappropriate genitalia. So
Genitalia. Yeah.
kids like ourselves don't have to look at it.
Yeah.
But my question is this: it's a video game. There's really no practical use for having a atomically correct vagina on a woman.
There's not.
No.
Oh, I was told that everything that they went in and they did everything to the T, up and down.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if this was like a joke, some developer, some graphic designer in there, was making a joke, and hopefully he's hoping that nobody was seeing it. A lot of people are thinking maybe it's like the texture clipping and like it clipped through, the layer of clothing or something. Not entirely sure. Just know that they're releasing a patch. It kind of reminds me of. Do you guys remember in Beyond Two Souls, whenever the main character, I forgot her name, what's the actress's name? Anyway, there's a scene where she's taking a shower in the game, but people found out how to crack into it and go into the debug mode and zoom out, and she was actually like fully naked and like had all the details of like her. So a lot of people were upset about that. It kind of reminds me of that, but it's just a developer, just doing his own thing, and didn't think that it actually come through when the game released, but people found that debug mode, and I think that's what happened here. Somebody was just getting really crafty with their character work and didn't realize that it would actually clip through like that. So somebody might be getting fired for this. Whoever designed
probably.
this, PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And on the player side, sorry, Mike. On the player side, like I don't think they should be suspended for having something that's actually in the game. It wasn't like hacked. It wasn't anything special the player did. You
No.
know, it's actually in the game and it's there. You shouldn't be
I mean, it's
suspended
rated
for it.
for mature, and how many people can actually see that shared picture that he saw? Is it only like your friends list? I'm pretty sure, or is it
I think
anybody
so.
that the Watch Dogs feed or whatever?
Oh, it might be that too. I don't know.
I'm not entirely sure, but
Yeah. What I was going to say, NCSoft has gotten into the habit of releasing their games unfinished and buggy as hell. I mean, it's just a given at this point, you know, and some usually some features missing,
Mhm.
like the Division. Um, so at this point, no NCSoft games are day one for me. And I already told you guys before, back in a few shows, 5 shows or whatever, I was not going to buy this game because the first one was. So glad I didn't.
Yeah. I mean, the second one's being reviewed better, but still, I mean, this isn't something that was the player's fault.
No, but
That's something that the player shouldn't have been suspended. And I'm with you. Ubisoft is just, you know, they have a track record now not putting games out that are actually completed.
right.
And for in one way or another, either online doesn't work, or like in the one Assassin's Creed game, you got the player's or the NPC's face like gone,
Uh huh.
and
yeah,
you see
just
like,
eyeballs floating.
yeah,
Yeah.
and just stuff like that. I mean, there's a long track record now. And then they delayed, the new South Park game, all that type of thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But there's one thing though. If this guy was sitting there and he made his I don't even know if you can do this or not, but if he made his gamer picture the girl and then put out the shares and then started up a stream and did all this stuff, then yeah, he should have been suspended.
yeah,
But
because then you're going a little
if you
above
just
and
put up one
beyond.
picture and said like LOL, okay.
Yeah. No, I'm with you there. I mean, if they went crazy with it, then yeah, you're just trying to get attention, and
Yeah.
that can bring about that type of thing. But yeah, if it was
Right.
just like, hey, I'm gonna grab a screenshot and put that up, it's funny.
Right.
Well, I think that's an overreaction on Sony's part. But
Well, yeah, I'm sure they have the capability of just deleting that share, or, blocking out that share, so they didn't have to go straight to a ban.
yeah, so all right, well that's gonna be hopefully getting fixed soon. So there'll be no more of that inappropriate behavior because God
I don't want
knows,
to see it. I don't
God,
play rated M games for that. I mean, come on.
God knows. I mean, video game communities are anything but immature. So. Well,
Yeah.
Well, we can have none of that. But up next, hardcore servers now available in Battlefield 1 as well as Fog of War. Graham, you wanted to talk about that for a second?
I'd like to say, yes, it's about damn time, and I don't understand why they don't release the game with hardcore mode. This keeps happening, and like when this kind of deterred me from playing Battlefield 1 because I hate when you keep shooting the guy and you got you're like shooting first, and then he turns around and he starts shooting you and kills you. It's like, okay, if this was real life, you would have been dead. So like some people only play hardcore. So I'm sure a lot of people didn't even buy it because they're waiting for hardcore, or they bought it thinking it
Yeah.
was hardcore and then they're disappointed for it.
I have an
So
idea of why.
why? Just want to hear your reason.
They probably wanted to make sure everything was copacetic on the servers and the
Yeah.
software before they started the hardcore servers, because the people who play the hardcore servers are hardcore in serious, and so they don't want to deal with getting glitched out or stupid kills and stuff like that. So they probably wanted to make sure that everything was, like I said, good to go before they just popped on the monies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds
But
like a
you're right.
logical reason, and I'm sure there is a logical reason because they consistently do this. So that does make sense. I didn't really have an idea of why they did it, but now I know.
No one's have to battle. Gee,
There you
No
go.
pun intended.
Right. Something near and dear to PlayStation players' hearts, maybe one of their wishes may be coming true in the near future. It's possible. PSN users could be able to change their name on the service soon. And what's bringing this rumor about is that notes for a new update indicate that players could be identified by account rather than username, indicating that players could have a way to change their username instead of the same account.
Revolutionary.
So
Yeah,
maybe a year from
I
now,
know.
we'll be able to do it.
yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
Real
So
cutting edge, Sony. Real cutting edge.
I'm taking it with a grain of salt. I mean, we've heard this for years. We've heard it in many patch updates where there's something hidden towards it, but they never follow through. And it always comes back to they have to change something with their servers that's drastic. Where it affects the entire infrastructure, which I don't understand. those types of things with servers and how that would affect our accounts. But
Yeah.
it seems like it's a very simple thing to do to be able to just change my username. I mean, shouldn't we be recognized by our account like by our email addresses anyway?
You
I mean,
should.
that's what I
Yeah.
log in with. I don't log in with my PSN ID. I
Right.
log in with my email address. So I don't understand why it's so difficult to do it. But I'm taking it with a grain of salt. I mean, I'll be excited for it. I'll be the first person to drop $5 or $10 or whatever they're asking for me to change my user ID. But I don't see it happening anytime soon. I don't think
It,
it'll be something as simple as putting in some patch notes.
I don't know what they're using for the database software, but this is more than likely a database issue. Some massive the one that they have is massive, and it's across RAID and across many servers and clouded and all
Yep.
that kind of stuff, and it could be an absolute nightmare to change two variables, and have to go across the whole system, and it's very very likely with a database this size that it could trip up and cause a lot of corruption and all kinds of stuff. So they have to walk softly.
But couldn't you make like a program that could do that or something?
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
but
sure
I
they
mean,
could, and they've made huge changes to their servers before. I mean, their servers were crashed for 1.5 months where they had to restructure it entirely just based on security. So maybe you have more
right.
insight on it than I do, but it seemed like it'd be a very simple adjustment for Sony. As large as corporation as Sony, as much money as they have,
Yeah.
as much experience as they have with infrastructure of their servers and
Yeah.
their networks, you think it'd be something more simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Graham, here you go. Take a piece of paper, whatever it is, regular,
Regular piece of
whatever
paper.
size, legal size. Yeah. Turn it sideways, right? Tear it in threes, and then write two things across those threes. Okay. So not every single bit of one is on a separate piece. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
very easy for after going through pieces and pieces and pieces for that to start to get jumbled and then corrupt.
Yeah.
Because it's not all like in one spot here and one spot there. It's all the way across all of these hard drives, and stuff like that across the network. So it's very easy to goof up a database that size. Whoa, you have no idea.
I got an idea for a deal. Sony could say, yes, Microsoft, we'll agree to cross-platform play if you just teach us how to fucking do this.
Yeah, I know.
Well, they had it right from the very beginning because they started with the email addresses. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's easy to add something. It's hard to change something.
Right. So, all right, Graham, Fallout 4 mods are finally supported on the PS4.
Yay!
Yeah, the game's only been out for a year.
That was like the Tomb Raider. Like they missed it for a year, and I bet you a lot of people are gonna miss out playing such an amazing game, is because they were so late getting access to it.
Mhm.
Like I had one friend, and he was asking me about it, and I'm
One
like,
friend.
oh, it's yeah, one friend, my only friend. And he's like talking about it, and I'm like, oh, it's such a great game, and he was talking about when it gets released, he's gonna get it. And now I bet he's completely forgot about it. I think I
Yeah.
gotta remind him because it's such a great game, and it's too bad that all these PlayStation 4 people missed out on this game that's been out for like a year now, right? So they're probably thinking
yeah.
it's dated, it's not that good, and there's so much better out there. But
Right.
it is an amazing game.
I
And
mean,
on the PS4, I'm sure it's the PS4 Pro, I'm sure it's so much even better looking.
Yeah.
I got Fallout 4 for PS4, and I beat it maybe 5 months ago, not too long ago,
Yeah.
4 months ago, and I'm not going to dive into it again just for mods. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
already beaten it.
Yeah.
I've already done everything I wanted to do with it, so I'm not going to dive back into it just for mod support. I mean,
Right.
they missed the boat on that one.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like I got to mess around with it a little bit for the Xbox because it came out a lot sooner, but I couldn't put all that time back into it in the mods. And the fact that if you play with mods, you lose all abilities to get your
Right.
achievements. Like
Right.
even with Skyrim, like I got the new edition,
Yeah.
and I was all excited because all mods and stuff like this. And some of the mods make the game so much better and so much more immersive too, which is basically what I go for, more the immersive. And some of them
Mhm.
add on like quests. But the thing is, you lose
Yeah.
all your achievements, and like you can't get achievements or trophies.
Yeah.
So to me, that's a big turnoff. So now I'm gonna go through Skyrim without it, and I'm probably not going to go play it with mods just for that
Yeah.
reason.
Here's the deal, though. This is what you do. All right, so you want that 1,000 points, right? So you already have it on the 360 or whatever. So you jam through the main story. You don't have to do what you did the first time, where you go, dicking around for hours on end, finding all these caves and everything like that. Jam through the main story takes like 10 hours. Okay, no big deal. Then you start adding all the mods. I have a comprehensive list of what to install on the Xbox One and what it does and what order. And this is like supposedly one of the best setups ever and stuff like that. But the thing is there are a lot of content add-ons for new quests, changes stuff up that's not in a normal game. So after you just blaze through the main quest, it's absolutely worth it to put all of these quest mods. They're called content mods. Put them all in there, so you basically have another 50% of a game that you haven't played yet.
Yeah.
With just the atmosphere in the world. So
I know, but there's just so many other games out there that I don't know if I have time to do that. But I know even
you
because
say
the
that
way
everywhere.
the way the mods work is there's a save with the mod and there's a save without the mod. So essentially, I could go back and forth, but when I'm like in the groove and I'm like just playing it, I don't feel like saying, "Okay, I'm gonna save now and then go back and put on a mod so I can
Yeah.
enjoy it." Right?
No, but what I'm saying is you just jam through on the vanilla Skyrim. You get all it's so easy to get like 750 points on it. And then you install all of the mods, and then you back up your save, and then you turn on the mods, and then you play that way.
Yeah, but the first time I went through it, I didn't do all that stuff, so I don't really want to just blow right through it.
Yeah, see, I did the exact opposite. I pretty much ignored the main quest and went around and tooled around in all the places I found, and you know, so
Yeah,
I think the whole point is it's a year after release.
Yeah.
I mean, at E3, whatever year they announced it that Fallout 4 will have mod support, and we're thinking it's going to be at launch. So
yeah,
going back on Skyrim, I'm going to beat the game and then I'm going to play with the mods a little bit because I do want to get the achievements. I want to get the platinum trophy for Skyrim, but I'm going to play with the mods afterwards, so that
yeah.
way it doesn't affect my achievements, my trophies.
Right.
But it's not going to be a year after it's released. It's going to be right afterwards. A month from now, whatever.
Yeah.
They should have had it at launch
yeah.
like we originally anticipated.
But you cannot blame Bethesda. That's all on Sony because Bethesda tried so hard. They really wanted to have it out
They
at the
wanted
same
it.
time as Xbox, but Sony wouldn't give them the access to be able to, like, control, I guess, more their like operating system, right? Like it had to affect that.
It's definitely on Sony. I mean, they didn't even want Skyrim mods.
Yeah.
It was a huge mess for like a month ago. They didn't want to do it, but now they suddenly do it. But you only get like what half the storage size for mods on your system than
Yeah.
with the Xbox. It's
Hey,
ridiculous.
they're all about choice.
Yeah, and
So,
I don't know why it's like that either. So right now, I understand, okay, you had a really hard time because it affected the programming, they didn't want to give you access. But what about storage? Like that shouldn't be a hard decision. It's like, okay, you guys can have the same amount of space as the Xbox.
It's probably for the same stupid reason that they don't want to, allow username changes. I mean, it's probably something very simple that they'll have to work for, or it might cause a security issue, something really small that Sony doesn't want to deal with, so they just block it entirely.
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Well, let's round out the news with Remedy, one of my favorite developers, teasing a new game with the trailer coming soon. And I know that they put out a video, Eugene, you said you saw it, of just kind of looking to
I
recruit
just watched
talent.
it today.
Yeah.
Whee!
Oh, no.
Somebody's
That's
house on
exciting.
fire?
Yeah, somebody's burning
My,
down.
my house was on fire. No,
Okay.
no, I just set up my smoke alarm. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I just watched the trailer today, and I was super excited when I heard about it. Like, I was thinking Alan Wake 2, or
Mhm.
a good current gen Max Payne. But it just seems like they're pushing for more developers. They're going on a hiring tangent, by
Yeah.
putting out some trailers, getting some people on their team. But they're apparently working on 2 games, or going to be working on two
Yep.
games now.
Yep. 2 games. One of them they are going to start delving into multiplayer, which they haven't really done any of, I don't think. So they are looking to hire some talent for that. But I'm still holding out hope that we see a Remedy trailer at the Game Awards, December 1st. And really, fingers crossed that we're going to see Alan Wake too. Because Alan Wake's one of my favorite games from last gen. And
How many years has it been? Has it been like 6 years?
2010, I want to say.
2010?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was say. It's about time. Like I never played the first one, but
You should.
and,
Game.
oh,
Fantastic.
I'm sure I should. But listen,
Hey,
there's
it's on.
He's
It's
got
on.
so many
30
games
games
to
that I should
play.
play.
Hey, Graham, it's on the Black Friday sale this week.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. If I could buy time, then I'd buy time. But I
Oh.
Is
can't.
it backwards compatible?
Yeah, it is.
Great.
Yeah.
You have,
Yeah,
you have
same
no
thing.
excuse not to play it.
The time
No.
Jew over here. I don't think I have the time.
Well, Graham, it's because you work like 8 days a week.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I know. And then I try and play stuff on Xbox, PC, Nintendo 3DS, my iPad, my phone.
Pokemon just came out, so you're putting all your time into Pokemon.
I know I bought it. I downloaded it. I haven't touched it yet though.
Ha ha ha!
Oh, you laugh. I bought both of them.
Yeah.
You bought Sun and Moon?
I got Sun and Moon. Yep.
Really?
Haven't
I-
touched it just like you, but yeah, I got my glass. But Pokemon is a staple to the gaming community.
I know.
So, which one's better, Moon or Sun? I looked up and they told me I should download Moon, so I picked Moon, and then I was on one website and they're like, "Oh, but Sun is the best." I'm like,
So
damn it.
what I understand, I haven't played either, but from what I understand, and I know like Mike is probably zoning us out right now, kind of like I zone you guys out when you guys talk about hockey and stuff. But
Yeah, I'm playing Gin Rummy on my phone right now.
so Sun, the difference between Sun and Moon really is the time difference. So there's a
Yeah,
12
yeah,
hour
the 12-hour. Yeah.
It's a 12-hour time difference between Sun and Moon. So if you're playing during the day, on Moon, it's actually nighttime in the game. There's a 12-hour difference. So if you want to play, if it's daytime in your time and nighttime in your time, you want to get Sun. And I've heard, there's better Pokemon in Sun. So it's ultimately up to you. I don't think there's much of a difference. It's
Yeah.
ultimately fire.
So, is it basically a money grab? Is that why they always release two versions every time?
I don't necessarily think that. With the original Pokemon, you can only get certain Pokemon with a certain game, and that's what the game is about, is collecting and getting that full Pokédex. So if you buy both, or you get one or the other, so you can trade with other people across the globe, and they just make it easier now, where you can trade with anybody in the U.S. or in the world, and get the Pokemon that you want. So I don't think it's a cash grab, but you don't need to buy both. You only need to buy one nowadays with the trading network that they have.
Yeah, so like is every like Pokemon from past games, do they keep moving on to like the newer games, or do they leave like older Pokemon behind?
So I haven't looked at this new Pokédex. I'm sure some of the older, maybe even the first gen Pokemon are in that original Pokédex, but the total Pokédex includes all the Pokemon from across all generations. Not all of them go into the game though. Go in as you can go out in the wild and catch whatever you want, but they're all you can use that. I have a I forgot what it's called, but it's a Pokemon network where you pay like $4 a year and you can transfer your Pokemon. You can save them in their network and then bring them into the newer games that you have. So they're all compatible with the newer games, regardless.
Okay, yeah. That's what I was wondering, because I was wondering if each, because I've never played Pokemon before. Pokemon Go got me into like Pokemon, and then I got Yellow, and I started playing that. So basically, I was just wondering if they all continued over, or they're just a set amount of Pokemon for each generation.
There is a set. There's a set Pokédex. Like they have their 250 that are known to that region or that world in that game, and then but you can also transfer in or trade in the Pokemon from older generations and still use them and still battle with them, still trade them. They're still useful in the game, but it's just that this game probably has, I haven't looked exactly, but probably 250, 300 that are available in game, including the newer ones. So I think there's like 1,000 Pokemon total now, something like that. But I only bought both because I'm a sucker for collector's editions, and
Okay.
Amazon had a collectible like steelbook edition that included both games and is cheaper than buying them both separately. I think it's like $65 on Amazon Prime, so it
Oh,
is worth.
that's not bad. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys fall asleep, Tyler?
Yeah,
Are you guys
You
done?
guys sleeping?
I just want to make sure that you're not going to like jump into a discussion about who's better between Jacob and Edward next or something.
Can we talk about that for a minute?
No, we can't.
No, we gotta go have a cigarette.
So, all right. That is gonna mercifully do it for the news this week.
God damn it.
No, that's good though. I mean, I got into the Pokemon
It's-
thing with Pokemon Go, so I think it's cool,
Yeah,
and
thanks,
it's a
you,
good
you,
game.
you can't hate on Pokemon. Like it's one of the biggest
Yes, I can. Watch me.
phenoms right now or whatever.
Phenom, you got it right the first time, Canadian.
Yeah.
So I want to go back to my statement from last week. We were talking about our favorite our favorite games from our child and
Yeah.
Pokemon Blue and Red when it came out in the U.S. Like I think I was like in fourth grade or something like that. I was like 10 years old, and like that was one of the games that like grabbed me. I played it for months and months on end, like day and night. Took it to school with me, my Game Boy on the school bus. It's a very memorable game to me. I haven't played the last two Pokemon games. I just buy them just to buy them, basically, just say I have them. But I'll probably jump into this one and play it for 5 hours and go back to Skyrim.
Jesus, I wish I could have played my Game Boy on the bus. I would have got jacked by the gangbangers.
Yeah.
Tetris
I mean
is
that
my
happened.
game.
That happened still, but I
Yeah.
still went with it.
All right. So that everybody is going to do it for the news this week. And Graham, what's out new in the stores this week that we can pick up?
Well, for this week of November 12th to the 18th, the two biggest releases of the week are definitely Watch Dogs 2 and one of those rare, highly anticipated exclusives from Nintendo. And that game being a little known title of Pokemon. So, first off, Now, settle down over there. First off, we have Watch Dogs 2 for PS4 and Xbox One, which released on November 15th. Also released on the 15th, we have Worms Anniversary Edition for PS4 and Xbox One.
They charge. Sorry, dude. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'm going to anyways.
Yeah, go ahead.
They charge way too much for Worms.
How much are they asking for it?
The last Worms game I remember when it first came out on the one, it was like $34 or something like that. And
Wow.
it's the same shit over and over and over again. Yeah.
Yeah, for the
I
type
don't
of
like
game,
one.
that's a
It's
lot.
not a horrible game.
Yeah. It's something. Carry on.
Yeah, I think it's one of those games where some people really like it or you don't like it. It's kind of like Guinness.
Incredible
Also,
insight.
yeah. Also on there we have Assassin's Creed Ezio collection on PS4 and Xbox One. Now this collection includes Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and Assassin's Creed Revelations. I don't know. You guys play these games?
I
Is this a
didn't.
good collection?
I didn't. I played through the
did.
first one, but yeah.
Now, would you
Um,
think all three of these games is be pretty much the same game? Just
No, I mean I know
different titles?
this is the most popular storyline in the series.
Nobody asked you.
So there's a reason they're releasing it in this pack, but I just I don't know. I like the
Well-
first one, but it didn't grab me enough to want to play it every single year,
yeah.
like they've been releasing.
I think that-
I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan, and this is the best storyline.
Mhm.
It'll be great for somebody that's never played the game again, or played the game before, but I will not be playing the game again. The Assassin's Creed 2 was great, but the second and third one that came in that series just kind of flopped and fell apart. I don't think I'll be revisiting it, but for anybody that has never played it before, I think it's a great trilogy to have.
So
Yeah.
these three games, these the story flows between all three of these.
Yeah, it's based on Ezio. Ezio, he's a guy from Italy, and all the storylines connected. He just gets older. He's an old man in the third one, and but the story kind of just falls apart, and they kind of leave it on a cliffhanger and kind of break the story apart. It kind of falls apart at the end. That it kind of lost me there on the third one, but the first one's amazing. The first one was revolutionary because the first Assassin's Creed I did not like. I didn't get into it. I played a little bit of it. It was kind of revolutionary, because I think it was like very close to launch when the 360 came out, maybe within the first year.
No, it was later than that. It was like 07.
It's later?
Yeah, it was
Really?
like 07.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it is really the world was too spread far apart, and it's really hard to travel, and it is repeating the same quest over and over again.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But the second one was great, and I think that's what they're trying to. They're just trying to make a few bucks by releasing the trilogy. Is all they're doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played Syndicate, but I think the best one far and away was 4, Black Flag, in my opinion.
Black Flag was great. You're right.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. That was the first one I ever played too. Was Black Flag.
Yeah, the ship battles and stuff like that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the ship battles. Yeah, for sure.
You need to remaster Sid Meier's Pirates.
No, they need to get friggin' Sea of Thieves out.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Sea of Thieves for sure.
So, anyway, continue
Okay,
on.
continuing on. For PlayStation 4, we have Gran Turismo. That game also releases on the 15th. And to finish off the week for releases, we have Star Wars Battlefront Ultimate Edition, which is available for PS4 and Xbox One on November 18th. Now, this edition includes all 4 DLC packs, which that makes a grand total of 30 plus maps and 14 different game modes. So you shouldn't have any trouble getting your Star Wars fix with this set.
So
I
it's Bespin, Java's Palace, Death Star, and then Rogue One, right?
yes.
I think so.
I was gonna get you to comment on it because
Yeah.
you're a big Star Wars fan. And how many of the DLC packs have you purchased?
I haven't.
None,
actually.
eh?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm guessing this is for people who didn't get the season pack. Like this is trying to get people
Yeah.
to get on board, and then you get all DLC packs, which I'm sure it's a great deal. But now that game's been out for a long time, so I'm sure it's still got its support online, but I'm sure it's got to be starting to teeter off.
Well, plus two, you got new people coming into the market now because you got the 1S that just came out, you got the PS4 Pro that just came out, so you're gonna get some people upgrading that have been your long holdouts.
It's
You
true.
know, and then you have the new movie coming out this December, so you're gonna get that next level of excitement for Star Wars again, and then people go buy this. So I mean, it's good timing and it's a good pack. I mean, if you feel like playing online, it's a fun game. It's just not something that I would play over Halo 5 or Battlefield or Titanfall.
There you have it. And to finish off our week, we have the Nintendo exclusive I was talking about, Pokemon Sun and Moon. This is for the 3DS, and with this gives you 3 options. So you can buy Pokemon Sun, and you buy Pokemon Moon, or you can get the dual pack, which comes with both versions. And you heard us talking about it before, how the Sun and Moon is like a 12-hour difference. So if you have one game, I'm not I think it's Moon. So if it's real time daytime in where you are, then in game it'll be nighttime, and vice versa for Sun. And it also includes some different Pokemon. Don't quite know all the details on that, but you guys can check it out. And if you're a big fan like Eugene, you'll buy both of them, and
You will buy both of them.
you will buy both of them. So that pretty much wraps it up for new releases, but there's still a lot there to consume your time if you have time to be consumed.
All right. So Mike, up next week is a little known sale in the
Yep.
U.S. Some people may have heard of Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Mike has actually never been to a Black Friday event,
Because Mike is smart.
and
Never been either.
that's going to change next Thursday evening.
Yeah.
So I can't wait till next week's episode to hear his thoughts, because it is whatever you have in your mind, it's worse.
Is it more chaotic than Christmas? Like,
Oh my God, yes.
Yes.
It's like
It's the busiest shopping day of the year. I mean,
Yeah.
it's bad.
it's
Oh
the
my
busiest. It's the busiest shopping 2 hours of the year.
so you got to park like
It's-
2 hour walk away.
It's no. I mean, most people get there super early.
Yeah.
You have to stand in
Um,
the checkout line for 2 hours.
Yeah, you pretty much do. And it is
Wow.
a sea of people. Like you don't walk freely down the aisles. You are like, imagine being in a nightclub the size of Walmart and trying to move with that many people around you.
You know what? I
No.
changed my mind.
No,
No
too
thanks.
late. You're in, brother. So
No.
we're going. It is it's an
I
experience.
changed my
It
mind.
is something to
I'll roll the
behold.
dice with whatever Skyrim digital copy
So-
is.
It is something to behold. But
If you guys see a Nintendo Classic Mini, pick that up for me, will you?
yeah, best
Dream
Yeah, right.
best of luck on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eugene, however, got one the night it came out.
I did.
Yeah, rumor has it you camped out for it.
I mean, when you say camped out, I
No.
came there an hour before midnight. I went there at like 11 o'clock at night and stayed there till midnight, and I was able to get it. I didn't have to stay there for 5 or 6 hours. Or
Oh, okay, so it was a midnight launch.
Yeah, it was
I,
a midnight
I,
launch,
I thought
yeah.
it was like next morning or
No,
whatever.
no.
I would never do that. Not for this. No. But, no, I got there. I went to the midnight release of it at Walmart, and it wasn't really a release because they had no idea what was going on. We had And I explained it to them and they found them, and they had 6 of them, and I was 5 out of 6 in line, so
But
it
they're
worked
wondering
out.
what all these people were
Well,
waiting in line for.
Why are all these 6 people waiting at the counter?
Yeah.
while you were standing in line, did you send an introductory video to Maury Povich?
I did. Yep.
So, well, how do you like it so far?
I played it a little bit when I got home. I played it in the hotel room, like while I was away, and for $60, it's amazing, and
Did you get?
especially
Sorry, I
what's
was
that?
gonna say, did you get the controller adapter, like they extend the cable, or did you
No,
play with it sitting on your lap?
so like I sat 2 feet away from it because that's how long the cable is with the controller pack in.
Yeah.
Like I talked about it on last week's episode.
Yeah.
I did buy an extra controller, like third party, and it didn't work. It came with a 9-foot cable, but I did manage to get a second controller, but still the same issue. I'm gonna have to buy that whenever they do become available, the extension cable, or Nyko is releasing a third party wireless controller for $20. So I'm pretty sure I'll get that. But if you've never experienced those games before, and this is a lot of people may not even like it just because it's a Nintendo.
Yeah.
But it's really a nostalgia factor. All the games on there I grew up with, and I loved when I was a kid. And I'll definitely play through them again because a few of them are only a couple hours long. But
Yeah.
getting 2 people together and playing Double
Ice
Dragon or
Climber. Yeah.
Ice
Double
Climber,
Dragon. Yeah. Yeah. I
Dou-
love it.
uh, Pac-Man, it's awesome. So
Yeah.
definitely worth the nostalgia trip for $60, getting those 30 games as a pack-in.
Yeah, and like a lot of people had like emulators and could play this stuff like that. So it is more of a nostalgia thing. It's not like that's your only option to play these games because the options always been out there. But I always found like the controllers were always like too bulky. Like it didn't like when you're playing like with an Xbox controller and you're just playing a simple A B and a D pad.
It,
Like it
it,
seemed
it,
like it's
and
too
it
much.
really does bring back the feeling. Like, I put it on the scan line setting where it kind of emulates on your new HD TV like the old CRT screen.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
you can't. I played emulators. You can't get that same feeling. It kind of has that early '90s feeling when you're playing it like you're actually playing it on an old Nintendo. So
I love the
that's the
90s.
difference to me. Yeah, we
Yeah.
all we're all hopefully
That's
you
awesome.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely worth the $60 I paid for it.
All right. Very cool. So anyway, Mike, back to you. What can we get on Black Friday next week when we go
Lots of
together?
stuff. Go ahead, Eugene.
No.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Muppets and Puppets. So, this time we're going to do something a little bit different, except for PS4, because PS4's Black Friday online does not happen for another 4 days. Wah, wah, wah. So I'm going to blow through the PS4 stuff real quick here, and then we'll get on to the good stuff. So, free for this month, as we talked about last time, is PS4 as Everybody's Gone to the Rapture and The Deadly Tower of Monsters. By the looks of it, nobody's really crazed about this. It's back to meh, I am fine with meh, whatever it may be. On the PS3, you got Dirt 3, which is a very decent game. Costume Quest 2, if you like the JRPGs, that's a good one. All right, with that being said, we're going to go to the Sony um, thingy-majugger here. All deals for the PS4 this week. Also, they are having their 10th anniversary sale right now, which is also included in everything I have to say here. So we're going to go with Call of Duty Black Ops 3 as the first one, 25% off, $74.99, the Digital Deluxe Edition. Elder Scrolls Online Gold Edition Premium Bundle is $49.99. Battleborn Digital Deluxe is 50% off at $37.49. I'm kind of hoping they keep their player base because from what I've seen in the videos of this game, it looks pretty fun. But it's not on the first 3 pages of Twitch anytime I get on there, so I don't know exactly what's going to happen with this one. Battlefield Hardline, nobody gives a shit, but it's 50% off at $34.99. Regular Battleborn is 50% off at $30. Overwatch is 34% off. What an odd number at $39.59. Space Hulk Ascension is 20% off at $39.99. Let's see here. Gravity Rush Remastered on sale, 40% off at $17.99. Need for Speed Deluxe Edition, that would be the new one, 50% off at $14.99. And if PlayStation would allow EA to have access on there, you'd be playing it for free right now. Here's a good one. Smite Ultimate God Pack bundle is $20 right now. It's 33% off. That gives you every single god. It is well worth it, and these guys pay attention to their game. It's, in my opinion, it's the best MOBA out there.
It's
Dota,
a fun game.
yeah, Dota gets a lot more attention because it's PC. So Smite is also on PC, but Smite has also been rocking the consoles like nobody's business. It's really popular on the Xbox. And so we also got I don't even know how to say this right. Eternal Blade Platinum Bundle, 75% off at $4.99. God of War 3 Remastered, 50% off, $9.99. Life is Strange Complete Season, 50% off at $9.99. And we got Counter Spy, 50% off at $7.49. Fat Princess Adventures, 60% off at $5.99. Metal Slug 3 is 50% off at $7.49. There's actually a lot of them this time. And without fail, Fuster Cluck on sale.
Best name
50%
ever.
off for $5.
There you
go. So that's pretty much the big ones for that. So now we got the PS4 out of the way. There is a deal at Walmart for the Xbox One, which is amazing.
This is Black Friday, right?
Yes.
Okay.
This is a bomb. I just found out about this today through Reddit. Props out to Reddit Xbox One, and props out to Xbox One deals on Reddit. Here we go. Xbox One S 1 terabyte bundle, either Battlefield 1 or Gears of War 4, plus a 40-inch Samsung 4K HDTV, plus your choice of game or 4K Ultra movie, plus an extra Xbox One wireless controller for a low price of $4.99.
Wow.
No.
What?
I don't believe it. I don't believe
Now,
it.
is that the
That's
starting
insane.
bundle price or is that the total price?
That's
That
the
is
total
the
price.
Total price.
What?
That's insane.
It's a free TV.
Yep.
More than a free. That's like
Well,
free
more than
TV.
a, that's like
One
free
of the
stuff.
two are free, so
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with a TV either. It's 60 hertz. I mean, it'll play 4K. I know everybody's screaming out, "Oh, real 4K is 120 and stuff like that." Or the new games, they go over 60 FPS. No, they don't.
To get into the market, this is as good of a deal as you're going to get.
Right.
That's
I might go ahead
insane.
just to sell the TV. I mean, I'll buy it for $4.99 and sell the TV for $200.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's an excellent idea because you still get a controller and a game.
And who's selling this?
Walmart.
And this is online only, or?
I'm sorry?
No, it's not online. It's in store.
It's in store. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Hey, Tyler, you want to go halfies on this, dude?
Maybe. Best Buy actually did a very similar thing a while ago with the Samsung.
Yeah, that sold like a mother. And that
Samsung 40 and an Xbox One for about it was $400.
Yeah.
And it did incredibly well. Yeah, but it wasn't a 4K, but it was a HDTV for $400 for those two. And
yep.
I mean, this is a 1S. You get Battlefield 1 or Gears, right?
Yep.
Then you get a choice of another game, and I'm sure there's a list to choose from.
Yep.
And you get or a movie or a 4K Blu-ray, and a controller and a TV for $500.
That's insane.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah. Here's even a better one. If you don't want it, well, it's not better. That's actually. If you don't want the TV, you can get the Xbox One S 1 terabyte bundle with Battlefield 1 or Gears of War 4, plus the extra wireless controller for $2.99.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
This is why I was saying that Xbox might have a chance to outsell PlayStation in November, because Xbox's Black Friday deals are outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when is Black Friday?
It's Thursday night.
This Thursday.
Yep. So
it makes no sense. That's America for you. It makes no sense. It's on Thursday.
it used to be like 5 a.m. Friday, you know, and then they changed about 5-6 years ago. It got changed to now we're gonna go Thursday night.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of how it's been since. But
There's also a couple other ones out there too, like Xbox One S Gears of War 1 TB console bundle with a plus an Xbox One controller plus Deus Ex Mankind Divided disc for $300 on eBay.
Hmm.
And then
Very
there's another one, another One S 1 TB Gears of War 4 bundle with Metal Gear Solid and a headset for $299. I mean, but you cannot beat the stuff that's going on at Walmart right
no,
now.
you can't.
It just
And Dell
Yeah.
usually has a pretty good deal too on Xbox on Black Friday. Usually
Yeah.
it comes in the form of like, you know, get like $100 gift card back,
yeah.
where you can turn around and buy a couple games. But I know they have something like that again, so you might want to check that out if that's what you're looking for. But and I know there's some good PS4 bundles out there too,
Oh,
but nothing like these.
and for our friends across the pond, I can't. Oh, consoledeals.com. Xbox One, regular Xbox One with Halo 5 and Forza Horizon 3 for 179 pounds.
That's really good.
That's not bad at all. Oh yeah, and shout out to our friends across the pond. We know you guys have been growing in numbers, and we appreciate you
Oh
listening.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you guys have been great as far as being part of the community. So absolutely appreciate that. So are we all in agreement that the Walmart bundle is like by far
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
the best deal? I mean that's maybe the best gaming console deal I've ever seen
Yep.
on Black Friday.
Yep.
Just because I mean you're getting a TV that's fairly future proof. I mean I'm positive it doesn't have HDR,
Yeah.
but it's but still it's a 4K TV pretty early in the life cycle of 4K. So man, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
I would imagine those will sell out pretty quick. So if you want that, I would get there early. I know the Walmart sale starts at 6,
Yeah.
so I would be there by 4.
Yeah. Eat your turkey
You
for
want that.
breakfast.
Yep, I would be there by 4 if you want that. So that's as good as it's going to get everybody for Black Friday. Mike, anything else you want to touch on?
Yeah, a couple
Okay.
other things. There is a bundle, software bundle, digitally Xbox One, Battlefield 1 Deluxe Edition plus
Yes.
Titanfall 2 Deluxe Edition for $75.
Mhm.
However, it will also be available the disc version. God damn it, Graham, shut up. For $55 at Walmart. They're going nuts. Walmart just wants to cause all kinds of problems. It's going to be like, what's that movie? God, I had it for a second there. It's going to be like The Purge at every Walmart.
Yeah.
They're going to shut the doors and everybody's going to go nuts. I'm going straight to sporting goods.
Yeah, there's a lot of good game deals at Walmart this year too. Also at Target, some pretty good ones, but Walmart seems to have the best prices.
Yeah.
Some pretty good games for $25.
Yeah.
So, and then, you know, you got your new Call of Duty that you can get for like 50, 55. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. It's it's 55 for the
Legacy, right?
The Legacy that has both Infinite and Call of Duty 4.
Mhm.
So that's pretty good. I mean, that's,
Right.
you know, $20 to $25 off of that price. So,
Right.
and that's pretty good buy as well. But then every other game is in that $25 to $30 range.
Yep.
And then some even cheaper.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the place to be for gaming this year, unless there's just something very specific that you saw somewhere else.
Yep.
Have you guys seen any deals for Oculus Rift?
No,
No.
because
one
Oculus
wants
Rift isn't really sold in like retail stores though. You know, like not your big box stores like Walmart and Target.
Yeah.
I don't think even Best Buy even has
No,
it.
Best
No,
Buy
they don't.
not up here. No.
So I think you'd have to go to like a Microsoft store or something like that, or buy.
Online.
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess online seems to be the only option because I was wondering about that. If all of a sudden I got the itch to want to go buy it, I don't think I can.
Graham, stop and just wait and see what's going to be compatible with Scorpio.
You know I don't listen to you.
I know you don't, and then you wish you had after.
You don't own me. You don't tell me what to do.
I mean, you actually did listen on the Super Lord of the Rings bundle, unless you have it sitting on your wall.
Probably is.
Let me check my pictures, make sure I didn't include any. No, I don't have it.
You don't really have it, do you?
No, I don't have it.
Okay.
I want it, but I don't
So
have
Eugene, he was almost going to buy the $800 Lord of the Rings bundle.
it. Yeah, but it was on sale for like $400.
I don't care. No, it's 500. I don't care.
It's not even worth 100. Who buys that? He probably
Tyler's
did
gonna
buy it.
get
It's on
asked
his
up.
wall right now. He just wasn't wanting to admit that he bought it.
I know. That's what I'm worried about right now. I think
No,
Jack's probably
I gotta
dead.
have it. I spent my money on something else.
Okay.
Real doll.
No.
It'd be more worth it than that, but
Are they on sale on Black Friday?
I don't know.
Is Walmart gonna have them?
probably.
Not probably. Right next to the Ubisoft games.
Oh shit.
It'll probably be broken then.
Yeah, probably. All
How
right.
broke can it possibly be?
Mike, do you have anything else you want to touch on? Any of the game sales anywhere or anything?
Yeah, real quick, FIFA 17 is going to be 40% off. That just came out, so might want to grab that.
Yeah.
Metro Redo.
Now these are all on Xbox Live, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
these are all digital. I'm talking about right now,
Yep.
except for there are two quick things. For a person like me who's on a little bit of a budget this month because people and gifts, the Walmart also will have a 6-month Xbox Live subscription for $25. That's like nothing. So I know a double would be 50, but if you don't have the money and you still want to make sure you don't get the $9.99 a month and everything like that, it's not a bad deal. Also, Skyrim special edition will be on sale for $25 at Walmart and Best Buy. All right. With that being said, Battlefield 1 digitally will be 33% off. Let's see if there's anything else here worth mentioning. Oh, Overwatch should be 40% off. I personally like to get the digital versions 9 times out of 10, unless it's something that I know that it's going to play and throw away or whatever it may be. Let's see here. Titanfall 2 is going to be 40% off. It is right now, actually. What am I saying? Ark Survival Evolved is 50% off right now. Scorched Earth is 25% off. Those are Survival Evolved is a lot of fun, especially if you have friends to play with. Unlike me, who would they sit there and go, "Oh yeah, that's a game." Dangerous Golf, which I never got to play, is 50% off.
That got reviewed horribly, by the way.
That sucks.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Let's see here. NHL 17, FIFA 17, both are 40% off. Far Cry Primal is going to be $15 at Walmart. Grand Theft Auto 5 plus a shark card, 50 to 60% off. Shocker. For you guys that like the Lego games, Lego Jurassic World is 50% off. It is $10 right now digitally. Definitely worth a grab. Mafia 3 will be $25 at Walmart, but it is now 35% off digitally. So that's one of those single-player games. So that might be worth it to pop the disc in and out. Yeah. However, I do like the Mega Man Legacy Collection at 60% off, which is $6 right now.
Yeah. Did you talk about the Forza one? Because I like that deal.
Which Forza?
The Forza 6, Forza Horizon, or not Forza Horizon, Forza Motorsport 6 VIP pack.
Oh, the VIP pack is 75% off, right?
It's $5. And it gets you a bunch of cars, a bunch of stuff to tool around with in that. So I think that's well worth it, too.
Okay. So, NBA 2K17 regular edition will be 30% off, and the other ones are 35 and 40. Let me go roll through here real quick. If you didn't have a chance to pick up Rare Replay, it's $9 and change right now.
That's really good.
Yeah. One of the original games, Power Star Golf, is 67% off, and it's $6.60 right now. It's kind of a arcadey, 3-click, sort of thing. It's nothing if you're really serious about it. The Witcher 3, of course, is on sale as usual. Here's the thing, though. The DLCs are 25% off each, but if you buy the complete edition, it's the same price as the DLCs because it's 50% off. So if you're going to do anything and you already have the original, might as well buy the complete edition so you get both of them for less. Let's see here. XCOM 2, unfortunately, is only 35% off. And there are a ton of games that are backwards compatible right now, including Skate 3, and Skate 3 is a much-loved game.
Yeah, it's brand new on backward compatible, too.
Yeah, well, actually, it's been out there for a couple weeks.
Yep.
But it's $10 or nine and change on digitally, and then actually Walmart is highlighting it as $8 for the disc.
You said digitally though, but it's not backwards compatible with digitally.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is.
Skate 3?
Yes.
Because it's a disc only, I read.
Sit down. Just sit back down.
No, you can go buy it. If you buy it off the Xbox store, it'll be backward compatible.
Okay, because I was going to buy it, but I'm like, oh, it's disc only. So then I tried to find it at GameStop, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah, no, that showed up on the Xbox One holiday store
Yeah, it's
for
there.
Black Friday. Yeah.
Already. Thank you
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, no problem. And if you, excuse me, if you guys haven't had a chance to play it, Oblivion is 67% off. Now, here's the thing about this part, is it showed up as backwards compatible on Xbox One on the menu system, which got me giddy because I still have the disc. Major Nelson said it was an error. However, I have a funny feeling that it's going to come out as backwards.
It's going to come out. It's going to
Oh,
come
for
out.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and that will be a glorious day because I have not made it too far into that game, but it is a lot more in depth and a lot more integral, and the leveling up system is completely different than Skyrim. So you got to min max and do all kinds of stuff, and so I am hoping that that does become backwards compatible because I could probably get about 800 points out of that. So with that being said, that was a long one, and there are very many little games, that are on sale. You guys got to go check out the list yourself. Go to Major Nelson's site, MajorNelson.com. It's all there. Check it out for yourselves, and that is going to do it for me because I'm done talking.
You're forgetting the biggest steal there is.
Beating your ass?
No, Ghostbusters.
Oh God!
Tell me it's $2.
No, it's $25. Which is probably a little closer to where it should have been at first. Because it probably should have been 15.
Like the newer Ghostbusters that just came out?
Yeah, the top down.
Oh, no one wants that garbage.
Nobody wants it. That's what I'm saying. The game should have been $15 to start with, not $50.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so the holiday sale brings it to within $10 to where it should have been.
Yep.
So congrats on that to whoever the hell made the game. But yeah, so I don't know. Anyway, that's it for deals this week. Let's talk about what we've been playing. I'll go ahead and go first. I've been playing I actually played some Call of Duty Infinite Warfare last night.
How do you like it?
And it's better than I thought it was going to be. And I didn't have my hopes too high for the game, but man, I'm actually having fun. I played through the first 2 chapters last night, having fun playing it. It's actually kind of cool. The shoot, as far as the shooter goes, Call of Duty is always as smooth as it gets. Yeah, it just feels good. As a shooter, no different here. The game feels fantastic, looks great. The story is, of course, super far-fetched. It's like a Michael Bay movie, but it's still fun and it's entertaining, and I find it more fun than I found last year's so far. So
I mean, how futuristic feeling is it? Because that's what I don't like about the way the Call of Duty's been going.
I've already flown a spaceship and been in a space battle. If that answers your question. Okay. So
it does.
All right. But it is fun though. I mean, it's a fun game, and I almost had to just remove from my mind that it's Call of Duty. And just
it's turned into Titanfall or Halo is what it's turned into.
Yep. It feels actually a little bit more like a Halo game with machine guns.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's still fun. I mean, I'm actually having a good time with it, and I think part of it was just forgetting that I'm playing a Call of Duty game.
Yeah.
Because then I want Call of Duty 4,
Yeah.
So, but it's been fun. I finished up Titanfall last week, and or Titanfall 2, the campaign. That is a fantastic campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Can't say enough good things about it. Recommend everybody that hasn't had a chance to try it yet to go out and try it. It is on Black Friday sales for like $30, or $35, something like that. Go grab it. It's a really fun game. I'm going to get into multiplayer this week now that I have good internet, and Titanfall multiplayer is always awesome. So played a little Battlefield 1, played a little Madden, and jumped back into some NHL the other night. Finally, didn't have a whole lot of success, but had a good time. So that's it for me. Graham, how about you?
Well, I was playing a little bit NHL 17 along with you, and there's definitely some rust on the machine, but still a machine. Just got to get that rust off. And other than that, I've been playing Skyrim, and not a lot, just like one day, put in some good amount of time. It's been pretty quiet, but hopefully with this cold weather, hopefully nobody asks me to do any work, and I just stay inside and play video games.
Well, you could always say no.
I could do that too, but that doesn't seem to be in my repertoire right now.
No.
How about you, Eugene? What have you been killing time on?
I've been playing a little bit of Skyrim too. I probably put in about 30 to 35 hours into it. I've also on the opposite end of Tyler's spectrum. I've been playing Call of Duty 4 remastered and really enjoying getting back into it and visiting the Call of Duty 4 characters. This is the
Yeah.
best Call of Duty, by the way.
Oh, for sure.
I'm kind of leery into jumping into Infinite Warfare. Just because of that futuristic feel. I haven't dug Call of Duty in the last few years. I still play the single player, but Call of Duty 4, the things they've done to it with the textures and everything, it just feels like a completely different game.
I'm intentionally saving that one for last, so I can go in and be like, "This is what it's supposed to be," you know. After finishing that first one.
I totally understand what you're saying. So I should have done that, but I was just too excited into playing the remaster version. So
Yeah.
I've been playing a little bit of that. I've been playing on Veteran all day today, actually.
How's that going?
It's a lot more difficult than I remembered.
Veteran's hard.
I got stuck. There's one mission in there when you can go to Pripyat, and you're stuck there. You have to wait I think it's like 10 or 15 minutes waiting on a helicopter to get to you. And you have to get off the waves and waves of guys. But I finally got it after like 4 hours. So, and then I played a little bit of Gears this last week with Gears Co-op. I'm trying to get the achievement.
Oh yeah, I forgot that too. I played that too. Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to beat it on hardcore co-op, being all the missions. But basically, that's it. Other than My Name Is Mayo, which I beat in 1 hour. Got the platinum. But other than that,
Mike didn't seem as impressed with the concept of that game, Eugene, as we were.
I mean, it's not impressive, but it's for the trophy hunters is all it is.
Yeah,
it's for those people, and they're rich, off of me and millions of others like me, But that's it.
All right. Anybody else? Mike, what have you been playing?
Oh, life.
The Game of Life, that board game. It's a fun game.
Yeah, that board game. Yeah, I've been playing NHL with you two knuckleheads. Let's see here. I picked up Forza Horizon 3 again. Started putting some hours into that. Played some City Skylines, some Skitty Skylines. Let's see what else. I fired up The Witcher 3. Just got started into it again. I decided to start over because I can't remember what to do about anything.
When I started that over, I put it on like the easiest mode so I could blow through it. You know how you're talking about with Skyrim?
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it's been like super easy, but I just want to get through it for the story. So I don't know if that's something you did, but it's not a bad way to go.
No, because I'm not a pussy.
Go ahead. I'm
no
done.
Comments.
Let's see. What else have I been playing? Some of the Escapists. Watch a lot of Twitch. I don't know why. I mean, the older I get, the more I have more fun watching other people play games than I do. I've been watching Dan from Dan's Gaming play Planet Coaster. That's my kind of game. I like the build 'em ups, like City Skylines and stuff like that. I would love to have that game on the Xbox One, but I doubt it will be able to be there with the controls. We have yet to see City Skylines on the Xbox, and it's been promised since
it has, hasn't it?
10, 11 months ago, and there's been nothing on it, and so God only knows. So with that being said, that's pretty much what I have been up to.
All right. So let's take this thing home. Next week we're gonna dive into the nominees for the Game Awards. Always an interesting topic. And we were thinking about doing that tonight, but we're already running near an hour and 20. So we're gonna get out of Dodge tonight. We're gonna talk about that next week in discussion, including why one of my absolute favorite games of the year is left off of any nominee list, which actually has me a little disappointed. But maybe if it was a Nintendo game, it would have been there. But other than that, we'll get dig into that list next week. But for now, I want to mention again, everybody go on to Xbox if you play on Xbox and join our group. Thirds on Gaming, it's all one word. Just send a join request and we'll get you added in there. We plan on setting up some community dates to get out and play and get to talk to you guys and, just take part in some different games and also use that forum to send questions, comments, anything you'd like us to talk about on the show. Anything from you guys before we take off?
Yeah, send all your complaints about the new assholes at the mail at thirdsungaming.com. We'd love to read them.
Okay.
Haha.
All right. So, other than that, you can send your complaints about how Mike talked about no PS4 Black Friday deals to mail@thirdsungaming.com too.
I don't run Sony.
So, for Mike, Graham, and Eugene, I'm Tyler saying thank you so much for joining us for episode number 24. We're back actually full time on a regular schedule now. So we'll be back next week with episode number 25. I have 0 travel left in my life, well, at least for this.
Says you.
So we'll be back next week with episode number 25.
6.
No, 25. This is 24.
It says 25 on the outline.
It's a typo.
Quarter of
So-
100.
Good.
So this
Thanks,
has been episode 24. We'll be back next week with episode 25. If you live in the United States, have a great holiday next week. Have a great Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoy your time with family and friends and some good gaming. Until next week, stay safe, everybody. We'll talk to you then.
Big up.
I'm taking it with